الله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. Inshallah, today, as we continue to talk about the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are going to mention the fifth wife of the Prophet. Yesterday, I talked about Salama. There was a reason Salama is the sixth. So the fifth wife after the Prophet has married Hafsa in Umar, within a month, Prophet married another wife. Now this wife, I'm going to mention today very quickly and move to the other. Very many people do not remember her. Rasulullah married in his lifetime 11 wives. 9 of them survived him. 2 died before he died. We're very familiar with the first one, who is Khadija anha, who died in the 10th year of An-Nubuwwah after living with the Prophet for 25 years. But we're not that familiar. Most of us, if you ask us, unaware and prepared, we will not remember who is the second wife who died before the Prophet died. This is the wife we're talking today. And this is Zaynab bint Khuazyma. Usually when people think of Zaynab, they think of Zaynab bint Jahsh, which is true. We'll talk about her today. I'm putting these two together so that we don't mistake. We know that there are two Zaynabs who were the wives of the Prophet, as there was also Zaynab who was the daughter of the Prophet with Ruqayya and Fatima. So Zaynab bint Khuazyma was actually born about 13 years before Al-Ba'ath, before the Prophet was made to be a messenger of Allah. She was a very quiet lady from a very noble family, and she used to be, even before she became a Muslim at an early age, very kind to the Masakin. In fact, she is called as her laqab, as her nickname, Masakin. She used to like to look after the poor and help them like all what she can. And of course, as the Prophet came, and the message of Islam is to help the needy and the poor and the destitute, so she also accepted Islam at a very early age. As she accepted Islam at a very early age, she was married by somebody called the cousin of the Prophet, Al-Tufayl ibn al-Harith ibn Abdul Muttalib. And then we are being told this was in the Jahiliyyah, and then there was separation. And then she was married to the brother of Al-Tufayl, who is actually Ubayd ibn al-Harith ibn Abdul Muttalib. Ubayd, for those of you who follow Islamic history keenly, remember in the battle of Badr, Rasulullah, when the three Quraysh came out, and this was Utbah and Shayba and Walid, somebody with his brother and his son, Utbah ibn Rabi'ah, and the three Ansar came out to find them. They said, Al-Kuffar, you are our equal, but we want our people, Abna'am, our relatives, that is Muhajirin, who came from Makkah. And Rasulullah was very fair. He said to his uncle Hamza, come out. He said to his cousin Ali bin Abi Talib, come out. He said to another cousin, who is Ubayd ibn al-Harith ibn Abdul Muttalib. Harith is one of the uncle of the Prophet to come and fight. So in that fight, as you know, it is the uncle of the Prophet, two cousins of the Prophet, and the other side, it was just one family. Utbah ibn Rabi'ah, Shayba ibn Rabi'ah, and Walid ibn Rabi'ah. Anyway, what interests us now here is just one thing. That as Hamza second husband of Zaynab bint Khuazyma. Of course, then Ubayd died, and Zaynab bint Khuazyma became a widow again. As usual, as I said, in most cases, people try very hard to take care of the widow by marrying them. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam got married as the fifth wife, as I said, after Hafsa within a month, to Zaynab bint Khuazyma. She was a very quiet and very religious, and therefore, in fact, she lived a very short period with the Prophet. Some Mu'arrikheen say 3 months, the maximum is 7 months. But she was not interested in the issue of jealousy and all that. It was enough for her, he said, to be the wife of the Prophet in this earth, in this world, and in the next world. So she never went into the issue of jealousy and all that. She used to give out sadaqah so much, and that was her concern. And then, after about 5, 6 to 7 months, she died. She was lucky that she is the only wife of the Prophet who the Prophet prayed the Salat al-Janazah for her, and who also the Prophet went down to her house. You can say, why didn't the Prophet do that to Khadija while he loved her quite a lot? During the time of Khadija 10 years of Nubuwwah, the Salat al-Janazah and all these details was not yet actually implemented. You know that the Salah itself was implemented after the death of Khadija, because Khadija died about 6 months in the 10th year of Khadija, 6 months before Isra and Mi'raj. So this lady had that advantage that the person who prayed for her Salat al-Janazah is the Prophet, the husband, the person who went down to the public, the Prophet, the person who tried to pray for her is the Prophet. Remember in one of the hadith, when the Prophet was about to die, and Aisha said that I feel so much headache, and the Rasul was was more serious, and then Rasul said, I wish you were sick and then you die, and I pray for you. Because Aisha, because of her jealous a bit, was interpreted differently, so that you want me to die and then you have to otherwise. But the truth of the matter was that the Prophet was saying sincerely, if you die earlier, I will be able to pray for you, go down to the public and all that, and those are the things which people envy them. So this is Zaynab bint Khuazyma. We will just stop there and talk about the other Zaynab. But it is important to know Zaynab bint Khuazyma is one of the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, to make a total of 11. And she is the one who died before the Prophet died, because when the Prophet died, he left 9 wives only. Now, the other lady we're going to talk about today is Zaynab bint Jahsh. Zaynab bint Jahsh is actually the 7th wife we're talking about of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Zaynab bint Jahsh was from a very prestigious type of family. Actually, the mother of Zaynab is the aunt of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Umayma bint Abdul Muttalib. As it is then, the Prophet was Ibn Khal, was cousin to Zaynab. Hamza and Abbas were the akhwal, maternal uncle of Zaynab. Her brothers are Abdullah bin Jahsh, who was a very famous and well-known individual, and the Prophet used to love him quite a lot. He was the first Amir of Jahsh in the expeditions which was sent by the Prophet, and he was among the first who was killed in the jihad. His other brother, Ahmad, actually is a Sha'ir, Ahmad bin Jahsh, who was one of the Shu'ara of Islam. And then Abdullah bin Jahsh was among the As-Sabiqun al-Awwalun, among the first people to accept Islam before the Arab started. and he influenced his two brothers to accept Islam and his two sisters. The two sisters, one of them is Zaynab, and another one is Hamna. We will talk a bit about them. Now, they all accepted Islam. They all migrated. They didn't migrate to Habasha, apparently, but they migrated to Medina. When they migrated to Medina, unfortunately, they had a dar, a very big house, it's a big family, as I said, and well known and rich also. And Abu Sufyan, because the whole family left, sold their house to other people. And this, the Quraysh did quite a lot of that. The Kuffar sold the properties of the Muslims. And that is why you remember that intervention in Medina to the Quraysh in their caravans. Partly was the caravans even had the wealth of the Muslims. So Abdullah ibn Jahsh complained to the Prophet ﷺ and said, Abu Sufyan has sold our dar, and the Prophet knows it, and the Prophet ﷺ told him, and he was satisfied that Allah is going to give you a replacement of a good dar in the Jannah. So Abdullah then just kept quiet. Now, to show the position of this family, Hamna is the sister of Zaynab. Who was the husband of Hamna? It was Mus'ab bin Umayr. All of us know who is Mus'ab bin Umayr. Mus'ab bin Umayr was the first ambassador of the Prophet as one of the Muhajirin. He was sent to Medina after Bay'at al-Aqaba II to educate and teach the people of Medina Islam. And through him, a lot of people accepted Islam. Through Mus'ab bin Umayr, unfortunately, I don't say unfortunately because he became a shaheed. He was among the people who was killed in the battle of Uhud, and he used to resemble the Prophet so much that when he was killed, some people say the person who killed him that they have killed Muhammad. Habib bint Jahsh is another sister to Zaynab bint Jahsh. I just want to show this family, what type of people are connected to them. Habib bint Jahsh is the wife of Abdurrahman bin Auf. We all know who Abdurrahman bin Auf is. Among the first people to accept Islam through Abu Bakr, among the 6 ones, he is among the 10 Ahad al-Mubashirin bil-Jannah. He is among the 6 people who Umar gave them the job to select another leader to be the Khalifa after him, and he was the one who was given the privilege to do the selection. Abdurrahman bin Auf was a billionaire in Medina, and he did a lot of good things, just like Uthman ibn Affan. When you talk about people who are very rich in Medina, the first one or the second one after Uthman, it is Uthman ibn Affan and Abdurrahman ibn Auf. He was a very shrewd businessman. I don't have much time to talk about that connected with him. So this is the family of Zaynab ibn Jahsh. Now, briefly, I describe what happened to Zaynab. Rasulullah went to the family of Zaynab, which I said she is actually the daughter of his aunt Khuazyma, to ask them to accept Zayd ibn al-Haritha to marry Zayd. Now Zayd ibn al-Haritha is not a Quraysh. Zayd ibn al-Haritha was a slave of Khadija radiallahu anha, and she gave to the Prophet after marrying, and the Prophet freed him. We know the story how much the Prophet used to love Zayd, used to be called Hibbu Rasulullah, and Usama, the son of Zayd, Hibbu Rasulullah, the son of the one who is most loved and he is loved. Zaynab, from the position in the society, one of the very high level family, found it very difficult to accept Zayd ibn al-Haritha to marry. And she refused him until it was كان للمؤمن ولا مؤمنة إذا قضى الله ورسوله أمرا أن يكون لهم الخيرة من أمرهم. It's not right for any Muslim man or woman when Allah has decided something that individual will refuse. Then Zaynab accepted because of that. Allah had its own plan. Ulama say one thing Rasul and Islam wanted was to reduce this issue of classes. That if somebody is a good Muslim, then can be accepted. But there was much more than that which is going to come. Zaynab ultimately will be the wife of the Prophet, but she was to be married by Zayd and then divorced and then married by the Prophet to establish something that an adopted son is not a real son and you are allowed to get married to somebody he has divorced. That was the whole mission. So they stayed together. This was when they were in Medina for about a year. But then differences started coming in. And I think, I'm not elaborating that, but it is important for the families who get married to be compatible. It is very important because a couple, a man and wife, husband and wife, spend a lot of time together more than any other individual, even at night. And any smaller differences can become quite big with time. So I'm saying this, as much as we want somebody who is pious, yes, somebody who is pious, but you better also try to think seriously on compatibility. This is not necessarily tried, not necessarily labeled, but if the differences become very big, then there's a lot of question. Somebody should be careful. Well, if they think by themselves that they can make it, fine, but it is something to be thought of. And there is a lesson to some extent, even though the intention was not that. The intention was to avoid that issue of class, and the intention was to make sure that somebody can get married to somebody who is actually adopted son. Adopted son is not your son, as it is said, "Ma kana Muhammad al-Fada ahad min rijalikum." Zayd used to be called Zayd bin Muhammad, and then of course went back to Zayd bin Haritha after that class was revealed. So, after about a year's time, differences started to become very big. Zayd will come to the Prophet and say, "Ya Rasulullah, I cannot bear what I go through. I want to divorce Zaynab." The Prophet said, "Just hold him. Amsik alayhi zawjah. What happened? And fear Allah." Then at one time, the Prophet ﷺ now was already told that you are going to get married to Zaynab. And the verses say, وَإِتَقُولُ لِلَّذِي أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَأَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِ. Remember when you are saying to the person whom Allah has given him a lot of blessing, that is Zayd ibn al-Harith. For so many reasons we don't have time to explain. وَأَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِ. And you, the Prophet, have blessed him because you freed him from slavery and all that. أَمْسِكْ عَلَيْكَ زَوْجَكَ وَاتَّقِ اللَّهَ. Hold on to your wife, don't divorce her, and fear Allah. وَتُخْفِي فِي نَفْسِكَ مَا اللَّهُ مُبْدِيهِ. And you are trying to hide within yourself, you are not revealing what Allah has already told you. Allah has already told you that Zayd will divorce and you will marry. وَتَخْشَى اللَّهَ وَاللَّهُ أَحَقُّ أَن تَخْشَاهُ. And you are afraid of the people when you should be afraid of Allah. The Prophet was not afraid of people because of any reason. The Prophet was thinking, what will people say? Because originally before that, adopted child will inherit, and you will inherit him, and you can never treat him as a child. But this was something which Qur'an or Islam wanted to nullify. That's why we look and all that, call them by the name of their father, not your name, even if you are adopted and all that. So it was a very difficult time for the Prophet. Then it says the ayah, وَاللَّهُ حَقٌّ أَن تَخْشَاهُ فَلَمَّا قَضَىٰ زَيْدٌ مِنْهَا وَطَرًا زَوَّجْنَاكَهَا. It is Allah who actually performed that marriage. In fact, Zaynab, after she was married, and there is a bit of rivalry as usual between the wives, she will tell the others, you all got married ordinarily with your wali. For me, my marriage was done in the 7th heaven. It is Allah who did it. So this is a real blessing. Now, to finalize, I know there's a lot to say, but we have to rush. Zaynab bin Jahsh was known to be a very religious individual. In fact, it is said that when Rasulullah was asking opinions of various people connected to Aisha on the issue of if that accusation that she committed adultery, she asked also Zaynab, what do you think? What did you see and what did you hear? And he said, let me protect my eyes and let me protect my eyes and my ears. I haven't heard anything about Aisha except prayer. Aisha said, Subhanallah, Zaynab is taqi, wara. She fears Allah because between the rivals we have among all the wives, it is me and Zaynab. But even in that, she never said anything wrong about it. She said, I want to protect my eyes and ears. What I know of Aisha is just all faith. I don't know anything bad. She was a very pious individual. Our Rasul said in a hadith when he was dying or closer to death, he said, among you, my wives, the one who will follow me fast is the one who has the long hand. So Aisha said, we as wives, all the time we will use some time in the wall and we'll try to make our hands. But actually, the person who died was the shortest hand because Zaynab was a bit short. Remember we mentioned that hadith that Aisha did not say that. But long hand because of giving out. She was more pious in giving out. All the words of the Prophet, we're talking about Aisha, we're talking about Hafsa, Khuazyma, Sawama, and all that. They used to give out quite a lot because of that way of Rasul. But Zaynab was much more than that. Inshallah, we will stop there. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will continue talking about the eighth wife of the Prophet.